Alrighty, yes. It must be 4:30 on a Thursday afternoon because you are here with OOSH TV. We're going to be doing some cartoonings today. Yes. Now, welcome to OOSH TV's cartooning class. Whether you're into comics, or you like your cartoons, you like your manga, or you like movies, or even just your memes, we love here. We've got you covered. Why? By typing stuff in. You can ask for shout outs if you want us to say g'day to you. And at the end of the show, you'll even be able to send us in your word. Fingers crossed, no promises. Okay. So we are going live right now. So if things are a little buggy or you kind of think that's a bit iffy, just remember you're part of history right now. Episode 1. Here we are. We made it. Congratulations. All right, so let's move on right here because I want to show you a couple of things that people have sent in to me so far because I love taking a look at what you've been drawing because we're all about art here, activity. So let's take a look together, shall we? All right. So right here, we're going to take a look at something that Lucas has sent in and what... What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like 7 plants heads on this thing. I don't know if you're familiar with anything like this. Kind of looks a bit like maybe Super Mario inspired, but this thing has a crown on it. I do like the fact that, plants might have a bit of royalty there. It's like, do they all take turns sharing the crown? I'm not quite sure how this goes, but nonetheless, I love it. Look at this. That's like talent right there. And this is the sort of thing that I want to get from you because we're going to be drawing together each week. And you might be able to like learn some new things, or maybe you can even teach me a couple of things as we go along. So let's look at these. All right. Because not only has Lucas sent us one picture, he sent us this thing. Look, what is that? That is so good. That is so good. Now, look, what he's done is he's drawn a few pictures on a theme and then he's stuck them all up. And I think this warrants a bit of a closer look. What do you reckon? Now, you can jump on the comment section anytime, or if you're not watching this live, you can always leave a comment later because I want to know what this is. Is this like, is it Beyblade? What is this? I can see like... That's definitely a dragon. There's like definitely 2 types of the same dragon there. And it looks like if we go along, it's like got an entire little kingdom. Hang on, who's that in the center? That's definitely Lego, right? That little character with a square. So I'm not quite sure which series of Lego this is from, but it's inspiring. I love it. Now down the bottom, in this last image, it kind of looks like almost, let's take a look down. We've got actual, like, it looks like snow has fallen and then maybe melted a bit. So everything's sharp. Even the dragon's spines along the look like today. Because Lucas has asked, he's made a something together today, and it's going to be, I don't know. Well, let's say I'll ease you into it here because it's a bit of a strange creature. Now, this is a real creature that actually, if you play Minecraft or if you play Roblox, you might sort of already be familiar with. It's not one of the mainstream ones, but have a look. It's called an axolotl. All right. Now, an axolotl is otherwise known as a Mexican walking fish because it's a type of fish, like it breathes through gills. Have a look at this thing. See those little, the little like flappy things on the side of its head there? They're actually gills. So this little creature breathes through these these flappy little gills out the side of its head. Now, I reckon they're pretty cool for a few reasons, and I'll tell you why. Maybe as we go. But I think it's kind of going to be a good one to start our drawing lesson on, because if we take a look at our little axolotl friend here, you can see it almost looks like a character already. See, it's got like 2 little eyes, and the shape of its mouth is like kind of cartoony. Can you see that? It looks, it's kind of cute, and you could almost, make it even cuter if you give it bigger eyes. So look, grab your paper if you're ready to go, and your pencils, or if you're drawing on your iPad, grab your stylus or your little digits right there, because we're gonna in a minute start to draw some stuff, but show you a few axolotls, and if you get inspired, you can start to draw. Now, like I said, we're gonna start simple. And the cool thing about being simple is you can race ahead if you want, or if you want to spend more time on something, feel free. So long as you're drawing, so long as you're enjoying yourself, that's what I'm here for. Oh, hang on a minute. These aren't exactly axolotls, but they are inspired by the real life axolotl. Can you have a look? This one on the left looks, I don't know, those little things, it's kind of telling me that it might be from a later generation, but these are all based on axolotls themselves because they're cute little characters and they've got, oh, there you go, blocky axolotls. Now, it's super simple to turn something into a cube. I mean, you play Minecraft, so none of them do. But the thing is, these things are stylized, and that makes us really inspired and go, you know what? I might have a crack at drawing that. All right. And not least, before we really get cracking, let's have a look behind door number 1. This is what you will get. If you pay 25 Robux, you can buy this mask right here. Drum roll. Behind door number 1, we have... Oh, cute! Look at the mask. Oh, and it's, you know, it's just these cute little eyes, but then they've sort of made them... If you want to... Let's have a go at drawing this one together really quickly. If you have a pencil, what I like to do is I like to rough things out. So I'm going to use a lighter color for my pencil and just sort of, you know, make a little rough version. You go, oh, okay, you know, the eyes might be around here and the mouth, and then 1, 2, 3, they'll stick out. Because if you rough something out, you're going to have a better shape for it. So I might just shrink our little axolotl a little bit. And so my drawing can kind of go a bit more in the center. All right, it's down there. And if you sketch out that shape, then afterwards you're going to be able to, I'm sure you already know this if you're into manga and anime and things like that, we're going to put a round circle there, but we're not going to color the circle black. We're going to leave that little one white. And you can see that that kind of looks like it has shiny eyes already. And so it instantly makes it cute. You can add eyelashes if you want it to be super cute. Maybe it's a little girl axolotl. And you can do a tiny, be anything, you know. You could make, but this time we're going to make it an axolotl just by drawing a bit of an oval around it. Call them chibi. Give it even less of a chin. Look at this. Cut its head off really close to the bottom. Because that's how babies, if you look at a baby's face, they've got a lot of forehead. And all of their features are really small and they're down the bottom, down near their chin. And so they're super cute. You can do this with your character too. And the closer down the face you make it, the cuter it'll get. Look. Oh, that's even cuter. Looks like it's almost looking up at us. Now, what we might do is just add a few, you know, blobby things on the side, and then we know it's an axolotl. Blibbity, blibbity, blibbity. So draw, and like I said, if you think that you're better than me, go ahead. You can add some extra things. You might want to add a hat on it, or you might want to add, even if you want it to be a different of the cute things, you can always add other things, depth a little bit more, a bit further in the lesson. But for now, I might just quickly color my little axolotl in. What color should we make it? Let's see, a blue one. That's pretty cool. A blue one with like kind of lilac purple gills. There we go. So we've instantly drawn something that's pretty simple, but I think this looks kind of, you know, a bit professional. I think that if you saw this many people are still playing it, but if you played something like Among Us and you saw this little door number 2, what do we have behind here? Is it an axolotl? This one is an axolotl is going to be like these, right? It has its 2 eyes and it's got its cute mouth. and its head kind of goes in a round shape. Apart from that, you can do anything you like. You can make it as simple or as complex as you like. They also come into different colors as well. So if you don't want to do a cute axolotl, we're going to have a look in a minute. You don't have to do a cute axolotl. If it's cute, make it super cute. Give it really big eyes and eyelashes and things. But if it's ugly, I want to see some really, really ugly axolotls. Make them look scary. Push your art. Let's have a look at what you can draw for something like our weird little friend down here. Would it be a zombie axolotl, maybe? Or maybe it would have like a suit of armor or something. Let's go draw some together, okay? Now, I'm going to stop on this page and we're going to use this little axolotl here as reference material. Okay, so everybody get your drawing stuff ready. I'm going to leave this axolotl here because we really like to copy stuff. We like to copy and draw from a photo or from somebody's actual art that they've made before. Okay, so let's have a look at this. If I was going to rough my axolotl, I'm going to get this shape of the head first, right? Kind of like that. You going along with me? And where would you put its eyes? Would your eyes be really far apart? Like I said, push your drawing. If you're going to have them far apart, have them look at this. Look at really far apart. And if it's going to have a big mouth, give it a massive mouth. This one looks a bit silly. Or if it's going to have a small mouth, make its mouth extra tiny. Look at that. It looks like it's not the smartest axolotl. And then, where are its little gills going to be? Yeah, you can have them sticking straight out like that. But look at this one here. If you observe and draw at the same time, it's going to make you a much better artist because look at this. If you observe, its gills actually kind of go in these S shapes because it's underwater. So maybe our axolotl's gills are sort of floating. And it's got its little hands right here. So you can just kind of sketch about where you want them to be. And these sketches are going to be really rough and light because we're going to go over them now and push a bit harder with our pencil. Or if you're on your iPad, you can be using another layer on top. You can call this what we call a guide layer, and the top layer can be your actual clean layer. All right, so is your axolotl, has it got really wide eyes like my one? Or are they close together? Are you having another go at drawing a cute axolotl? Let's have a look here. And then it can have a little mouth, really cute there. And then you can color them in if you like. And all of these gills are kind of tucked behind its head. So I'm going to give it kind of a, you know what? Let's start to push this a little bit. Right? I said before you can make a cute axolotl, but what if you didn't want your axolotl to be cute? What if you kind of thought that something like this might make a good steed? You might like to ride it into battle, like a dragon or something. You can put some spikes on your axolotl because it almost, you know what this actually looks like? Have you seen How to Train Your Dragon? It looks like it could be a dragon in that. Maybe not toothless, but it looks, you know, something pretty similar. I'm going to put a little bit of shadow under its lip because when you stick your bottom lip out like that, usually it creates a little bit of shadow. And these don't kind of have to be gills up here. What about if we substituted them from something? Let me know what you reckon you'd put up there. I'm going to put snakes. And suddenly, it's kind of changed the whole picture, hasn't it? And we can have all different types of snakes. The one up the top, I don't know, it's not the smartest looking snake, just goes there. This one actually can be like a sly snake. It's plotting something. Maybe it hasn't been fed and it's plotting against the other snakes. But you can start to draw things. You can keep your axolotl cute, or you can start to add other stuff. Jump ahead, because this is all about drawing to your own skill level. And I reckon that the more you draw, the better you are going to get. Now, what about if instead of a snake, we had like Lucas's drawing earlier? Look at this. It doesn't even have to have eyes. You can make kind of like a little snappy plant and have some dots, like the piranha plants in Super Mario. See that? Now I'm going to finish drawing my some of these legs and things on my axolotl right here. And for this one, I might give it slightly, these legs, if you draw like little kind of sharp hands like that, they can either be cute or they can be pretty, you know, pretty dragony hands. Like a dragon could have these hands, or a cute little axolotl could have them. Like our axolotl down below that we're looking at right now as reference. That's another thing. Don't let people tell you not to copy stuff. All right, of course, you know, don't copy their work at school and go, yeah, that's mine, I did that. But all really good artists copy, right? But they don't call it copying, they call it reference. Say it with me, reference. If you're using reference, it means that you're learning how to draw something. And by looking at a real picture, like we're looking at this axolotl, for reference, it means that you're going to become a much better artist a lot quicker than if you just tried to like think out of the top of your head and go, I wonder what an axolotl looks like. Should I Google it? Nah, I'll just draw a stick with a face. Have a look at how good something's going to be with reference. All right. And I'll just sort of, I might even hide that bottom axolotl now. In a minute, let's see. What does it look like without our little axie there? And if I draw on our little friend here, we can have a little happy snake down the bottom. Cool. So I've got a bit of a mishmash going on here. How are you going there? Have you decided that you're going to have a cute axolotl? Or like me, have you sort of started to colour outside the lines a bit, so to speak, and made a bit of a crazy looking axolotl? I'm going to colour mine in now. And I'm going to do this right here. What colour should I make it? I wonder. Maybe this sort of, maybe kind of like a yellowy colour. I don't know. I'm not great at colouring in. But, you know, you can go ahead and do yours a bit later if you want, because we're going to spend take about another maybe 2 minutes on this axolotl, and then we're going to actually turn them into some real characters as well. Now, before, its gills were kind of pinky, so I might have sort of one pink snake there, one pink snake there, one pink snake there. And when you're colouring stuff as well, it's really good to reuse certain colours. Like the earlier pictures that we were looking at with the castles and things like that, and even with the big piranha plants, you'll notice what was going on there was they had what we'd say a colour theme. So the same colours were used a few times, and because of that, it kind of looks like the picture all sits together really well. Because if you just use every single colour in your palette, it'll come out looking like a pizza that just has everything on it. Now, hang on. I got to ask you right now, people, and you can leave notes in the comments. Pizza, pineapple or no pineapple? This is a very important question because me, no pineapple. But I know that kids love pineapple on their pizza. Or are you a bit more mature in your taste and you say pineapple? Oh, no thank you. Not on my hamburgers nor my pizza. Pineapple does not belong. I used to love pineapple on pizza when I was a kid, but not anymore. All right, cool. Here's another thing that you can do if you want to get your drawing looking really good. We're only going to spend about 30 more seconds on this one. But obviously, if I move on and you like what you're drawing, you can keep on drawing with that picture. That's totes fine. Something that works really well on drawings is, oops. Hang on, let me just get back to my axolotl. There it is. Shading, right? So if you have, let's say, a light source coming from on top and it's coming down onto your creature, you can just put a little bit of shadows there for fun, right? And it's gonna give you a bit of, like, let's say, context. Like, I'm gonna shade not on top of it, but underneath it. Look at this. All of a sudden, it looks like it's not just hovering there, it's sort of sitting. And where would it be sitting? Where's your axolotl going to be? At the moment, we've just got the front of it. So it looks like maybe the tail's sort of tucked behind, or you could, you know, if you wanted to later on, you can have a bit of a tail, you know, going out the back like that. Oh, drawn a bit over myself there. But if we were going to put it somewhere, where would you put your axolotl? Would you put it in a tank? Or would you put it out in the wild somewhere? It's up to you. I want to see you send in some of your axolotl pictures that you do today, and we're going to have a look at some of them next week and check out where your axolotls might be living, right? And all you need to do, you don't need to always draw a full-on massive background if you're going to be, you know, let's say giving your axolotl some context as to where it is. Check this out. Where am I going to put this one? Let's say in a tank, right? All I need to do is maybe I'll put a few little like tank pebbles there, and maybe like a little, let's say it's like a water aerator. You know how they have those things? Like in Finding Nemo, you know how he has to like swim up through that thing where he's like, bubbles, 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 give me the bubbles. Something like that with like a little tube or something is going to tell me, because that's man-made, or, you know, made by people, that's going to tell me that these bubbles tell me that it's in a tank, because you're not going to find something like a little, you know, aeration system out in the wild, are you? Or you could even give it like, you know, speaking of Minecraft, like we can give it like a little chest like that. And that could even have like little smaller bubbles. Like there's an aeration system that's kind of like hidden. And again, feel free to, yeah, just go and color these things. I said that we were only going to spend a couple of seconds on this thing. You may lie out of me. I've talk, and now we've spent ages on it. So again, just give it a little splash of color if you like, okay? Just to tell us where we are. It's underwater. Okay, cool. So let's, you know, do a little bit of, you know, reeds and things like that. A little bit of gravel on the bottom. Let's see what color's our gravel going to be. I'm just getting real rough with it right now because we've got to move on. And the aeration system can be like, let's pick a couple of blues or something like that. Boop, boop, boop. And of course the inside's going to be a bit darker, isn't it? Okay, good enough. So our little axolotl is in a tank right now. Now, for the next image that we are going to move on with, what I want to do is, we're almost out of time. Wow, really, the time went by that quickly. I guess we're just drawing one axolotl today because you only get half an hour. So what I'm going to do is you send me pictures of the axolotls that you would like to draw. And I'm going to show you a little something that we were going to get to. And I might have a quick sketch right now. But if you would like, you can have a crack at this challenge. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to leave you with a challenge today. Instead of holding your hand and walking you entire the way through it, what I want you to do is to actually draw an axolotl, right? But you're going to have to combine it with some things, all right? Here's our axolotl right here. What a little cutie. But are you going to draw your axolotl like a cute little creature, or are you going to draw your axolotl like a shining hero? Because here we have some Disney princesses. We can put our little axolotl into a dress. And here we have a suit of armor. So if you want to put your axolotl into one of these little costumes, I reckon that'll be a pretty good challenge for you. All right? Maybe your axolotl lives in a castle, but is it a beautiful, lovely, swirling princess with an amazing dress? Or does it have a sword? Maybe it carries a shield with it or something like that. Tell you what, I'm going to go now and I'm going to draw the same thing. You email me what you've drawn this week, and next week at the beginning of the lesson, we can compare our stuff together. Sound good? Alrighty, sweet mix. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to just flick back to this thing because we are about to do some shout outs, because I know a few people who are watching today and I reckon I've just got to give them a mad shout out. So, my mates at the SCH today. G'day to Molly, hi to Jason and Elena, Joel, Jaden, and I heard a little bird told me that Max is actually going to be a ship designer. So that is so cool. Maybe that's something we could do in a future lesson. Have a look at ship designs. Now, I'm also going to say a big hello to the original ninjas, Louise, Ryan, and Jack. Also, William, 10 years old, and he loves anime, so he'd like to see a bit more anime happening on this channel. Also, Faye and Luca, who live across the road from my mum. And Lucas, thank you, a big thank you for sending in your drawings for us to look at today. And I'd like to say g'day to your friend Lumi as well. Now, if you would like to send anything in to us, I can teach you to draw absolutely anything. So if you've got a drawing request, type it in to the little chat box down there. Pineapple is, yes, Sydney SCH reckons pineapple is the best. I love it. I love it. Now, if you've got a drawing request, like I said, leave it in the comments section. It doesn't have to be left live. You can watch this and put it in there. And if you think that somebody has a good idea, go, yeah, give their request a like, or you can leave a comment below going, yes, we should be drawing pineapple pizzas. Yes, and apart from pineapple pizzas, I think that we all should learn how to draw little anchovies running around and having a little dance on there too. Or not. Now, what you can do is you can send your drawings in to, right here, we have the address on the screen, boop, 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 hello@oosh.tv. So ask your mum, your dad, or the dog to email that address with the pictures that you've taken photos of. I'm going to be very surprised if your dog knows how to work email, but hey, I'll give your dog a shout out if it does send something in. Now, like I said, I'm going to sign out right now, but you keep on drawing. I'm going to keep on drawing here, and we will see you next Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, and we can compare our notes. All right, I'm G-Man. You're awesome. Peace out, friends.